Hi everyone! In this video, we'll walk you through how to encode your antibodies with a HiFi encoder so they can be used in the HCR Gold IF assay. When your package arrives, you'll find your reagents inside an insulated styrofoam box with environmentally friendly gel packs. Even if the gel packs have melted during transit, that's okay. The reagents are formulated to remain stable and will still perform as expected. The first thing you should see is a storage condition sheet for all reagents, which we will review at the end of this video. Inside your package, you'll find an isotype control to use as a negative control, your HCR buffers, as well as your HCR HiFi encoders. The HCR HiFi buffer box contains the HCR HiFi antibody buffer as well as the HCR HiFi antibody wash buffer. The HCR HiFi encoder box includes two tubes, one tube for encoder A and another tube for encoder B. In the configuration shown in this video, the kit includes enough reagents to perform a multiplex IF experiment. When your HCR Gold IF kit arrives, start by checking the storage condition sheet for each reagent. Before you begin, make sure all reagents are completely thawed and gently mixed. We recommend aliquoting the HCR HiFi encoders and HCR Gold amplifiers to minimize freeze-thaw cycles and extend shelf life. While you're working at the bench, keep all stock solutions on ice to maintain reagent quality. Before getting started, you'll need to calculate how much HCR HiFi antibody probe solution you'll need. As a general guideline, we recommend preparing 100 microliters per sample if you're working with tissue sections and 200 microliters per sample if you're working with whole mount specimens. Though, feel free to adjust this volume as needed to best suit your specific setup. Now let's begin encoding. Next, using your usual dilution ratio for that primary antibody, aliquot the required volume of your stock primary antibody into a clean tube without diluting it yet. Make sure all solutions are well mixed before use. Add 1 microliter of HCR HiFi encoder A for every 100 microliters of your desired final HCR HiFi antibody probe solution. Mix thoroughly by pipetting up and down 30 times and incubate at room temperature for at least 5 minutes. Note that if the total volume is less than 10 microliters, add HCR HiFi antibody buffer to bring the final volume to 10 microliters. If you're performing a multiplex experiment, repeat this step for each primary antibody. Just like you did with encoder A, add 1 microliter of HCR HiFi encoder B for every 100 microliters of your desired final HCR HiFi antibody probe solution. Mix thoroughly by pipetting up and down 30 times, then incubate at room temperature for at least 5 minutes. And again, if you're multiplexing, repeat this step for each primary antibody. Next, dilute the encoded primary antibody with HCR HiFi antibody buffer to reach your desired final volume of HCR HiFi antibody probe solution. For multiplex experiments, add each encoded antibody directly to the same HCR HiFi antibody buffer. We recommend encoding your antibodies shortly before each experiment, ideally within 48 hours of use. When you finish encoding your antibodies, remember to review the storage condition sheet so you can store each reagent properly and preserve its shelf life. To wrap up this video, let's quickly review storage and shelf life conditions for all HCR Gold IF reagents. HCR HiFi encoder A and B should be stored at -20 degrees Celsius and are stable for up to 6 months. The HCR HiFi antibody buffer and antibody wash buffer should be stored at 4 degrees Celsius and have a 1-year shelf life. For HCR Gold reagents, store the Gold amplifier at -20 degrees Celsius, protected from light. Under these conditions, it is stable for up to 2 years. The Gold amplifier buffer and the amplifier wash buffer should be stored at 4 degrees Celsius and are stable for 1 year. And that concludes this video. If you have any questions about how to encode your antibodies or about the HCR Gold IF assay in general, please reach out to our dedicated support team at support@molecularinstruments.com. Thanks for watching!